I've decided today is going to be a play day, so I've got all the elements out. I've got this little fella and I've decided what to do. So if you'd like to see what happens, then carry on watching and all will be revealed. I think like most of you, I watch YouTube various channels and get inspired by the videos that I see, and recently I was really inspired by a fabulous creative artist called Elizabeth St. Hilaire, and I'll leave her website or channel, more like it, I'll leave her channel in the description so you can check her out, and she's absolutely fantastic, very inspirational. And she did this video a little while ago and I thought, oh, I think I'll try that. So that's what I'm going to do today, putting my own kind of slant on it. Obviously not got the same stencils. I've got my Gelli Plate. What she did was to put it on with a roller, but this time I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on just with this little spongy thing, and I'm going to keep to the same colour family. This reminds me of bubbles, so I thought that I would stay in the kind of a aqua colour. I don't want these colours to mix too much. I want them to be kind of separated, but they are in the same colour family and same colour value. So I'm just putting these on like this. I've got some white. I'll show you all the colours in a few minutes. Try not to move it around too much, otherwise the colour gets pushed underneath the stencil, and then it becomes a little bit blurred. We don't really want to do that. Some more. Just dotting these colours over. Oops, too much. Just dabbing it on, as you do. Careful not to dab it on and pull the colour off at the same time. So I'm going to let that dry so that when I take the stencil off, I'm not going to move it around too much. And I'm going to put a piece of wet kitchen paper over the top of that so it doesn't dry off too quickly, and hopefully I can use it again. So let's see what happens in a minute or two. As you can see, I've just put some water on this kitchen, well, it's not really kitchen towel, but it's actually washable. You can use this over and over again, and I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's really good anyway. So I'm going to take this off, be very careful. Still a little bit wet, put that to one side, and I'm going to let this dry off some more. Oh, it's looking good on the back. I can see that it's still a little bit wet there with the white. Once that's dry, I'm going to put some matte medium over it and then hopefully pull this off with the matte medium. Well, that's the plan. Or I could go over it with some titanium white, or I could go over it with some ivory. That might be a nice idea. So once this is dry and I've decided which way to go, it's either the matte medium, titanium white or ivory. So which one would you choose? Go on, shout at the screen now and tell me. Unfortunately I can't hear you, but yeah, I'm going to choose one of those, and as soon as this is dry I'll get on with it and I'll get back to you. Well, I've decided to go with the titanium white. And a little bit of ivory. So it's just going to have a bit of colour in it. This is running out. So squeeze very hard. Oops. There we go. These are by a company called Art Studio, and they are, I buy them at a store called The Range, that's in the UK, but I'm sure you can get this elsewhere. This one is ivory, titanium white, dark aquamarine and turquoise blue. These are the colours that I've used today. It's a really good quality paint, especially when you're just starting out or you're just doing it for your own enjoyment. I don't know what the archival qualities of it is, but yeah, maybe I should roll that on. Let's put some more. No, let's carry on with the dotty effect.
I have to work quite quickly with this because it will dry.
Okay, get this on very quickly and then leave that to dry for a good few minutes. Well, I've left it a good 10 minutes, and what I'm going to do is turn this over and pull the jelly plate from the paper. I've got a nice clean jelly plate. I'm quite happy with that. Let's have another go. Still got this paint. Put this on. Try and get this straightish for the camera. It's difficult when you're doing this because you're concentrating on down here and you forget there's people up here with you trying to watch what I'm doing. Put some more of this. I think I've got a little bit more left there that's not gone dry. If you have watched one of my previous videos, you'll see that I've done an experiment to see how I can extend the drying ability of the paints by using this open acrylic gel gloss. So if you want to watch that, you'll find that in my previous videos. I'll try and remember to leave a link for it. It's got a little bit of water on it. I've just washed this little brush. So I'll try and just pick up some more of this colour, just blend it in a little bit more. It's going to be quite mottled. This is a bit serendipity, isn't it? You do one thing and you get something completely different. So I'm quite curious now as to see how this turns out, but I'm going to have to really let it dry, just picking up as much as I can from this. I put a little bit more of this on it. Just to get a bit of contrast, that's all. Be interesting to see if these mottled bits turn out as well as they look at the moment. So I'll turn this over if I can. Oh, yeah. Let's leave that to dry. I'm going to have to let that dry for quite a while because I need to be able to get these little specks of water that have bubbled up onto the jelly plate. So I'll leave this for a while, and then once I think I'm going to get some lunch now, and after I've had my lunch I'll come back and I'll see what's happening underneath there. So I'm back from after having my lunch, and I will take this off. It's all dry now, and I'm going to use the same idea here, but I've put a little bit more white in it. And I think what's going to happen is that where this has kind of separated and bubbled up, the white with a little bit of the ivory should shine through. Sorry, excuse me if I keep on coughing. I've just got a bit of a weird voice today. Whether it's start of a cold or something, don't know. Anyway, let's use this one. When we think about watching people's YouTube videos and thinking, oh, I think I'm going to do that, I feel personally there's nothing wrong with being inspired by somebody and trying to do something similar to what they do. What I don't like is when somebody steals that idea completely and copies it exactly, and then the worst thing is that they try to pass it off as their own. We're all inspired by people on YouTube. That's why I suppose really people like me who make these YouTube videos are doing it so that we try to inspire people to have a go and do something similar. As I said, I'm doing something similar to the very wonderful Elizabeth St. Hilaire, but I have put my own spin on it. I've not used the same colours or stencils, and I think that's fine. I would advise people not to slavishly copy other people's work, and certainly not try to pass it off as their own. And if you do some examples like somebody else has done and you've seen it on YouTube, it's really nice to give them a bit of a credit and say, do you know folks, this is where I got the idea from. So I'll get off my soapbox now and I shall carry on. I think when I was doing a lot of photography and I did a lot of competition work within the photographic world that I was in, the club that I belonged to, we actually won the Amateur Photographers World Cup. I think it was 3 years running when I was there. And what you'd see there is when people saw what kind of photographs were winning the prizes and being successful, they would go away and try to recreate it. So you end up getting lots of photographs of the same things. You then had to diversify and try and do something completely different. And then more often than not, people would copy that. But hey ho, that's how things are. I said I'd get off my soapbox, didn't I? So I will, eventually. So, I'm going to let that dry. And I'll wash this out so the paint doesn't stick. So I'll come back to you as soon as this dried. So I've just pulled these two here, just in case I haven't recorded what I've just done. This is the one that had all the sort of bits of water that was still left on. So this is the second one that I pulled with this stencil. This is the first one, and this one is more bold. You can see that these are more filled in. This one is more bubbly and like got watermarks on it. So what am I going to do next? Well, that's going to be the next video, and I'm going to work on these some more and produce something a little bit different than how they appear here. So hope you'll carry on watching the next video and watch what I do with these two little examples of using this stencil, these paints, a piece of cartridge paper or photocopying paper, and one of these little brushes. So hope to see you next time, and bye for now. Bye bye.